Firstly, welcome to all of you. Warmly welcome to all of you. Okay, in this chapter, we are study about the so many things. This chapter is very important regarding your basic knowledge, regarding your final examination, regarding your competitive examination. Okay, because of so many scientists work on this chapter. So many scientists work on the discovery of this things. So many scientists work on theories. Okay, let's we are start this chapter. Okay, and the firstly we want to some information about the chapter. Okay, what makes us a different from a living non-living things? Which things are differentiate the living things and non-living things? Okay, which are that basic things? Okay, differentiate in the stone and human being, differentiate in non-living things and the living things. Okay, how are we different from a table or a rocks? Means how are we differentiate any animal from different from the table, different from the rocks? Which things, which criteria, which theories, which points? What is that? That was differentiate to us. That was we are studying this chapter. Okay. Anybody know about it? Can you tell me which are the characteristic of living things? Anybody tell me? Okay. राइट डाउन इन कमेंट बॉक्स. जिस किसी को भी पता है या फिर आपको अगर कुछ हिंट है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में मुझे भेज सकते हो. दिस इज द टोटल अबाउट द लिविंग थिंग्स एंड नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स. ओके, यस, these things differentiate, that are the characteristic of a living things, and that was differentiate to us. Okay, here that was differentiate to us. This is the characteristic of living things. Living things, characteristic of living things, which are that you can easily memorize it. Okay, how we can easily memorize it? The reciting this word, Mrs. Screen, MRI screen. Okay, M stand for the moment. It is the first characteristic of a human being. Okay, there is a sequence also change, but we are take one by one. Second is the respiration. Third one is the sensitivity. Important. Growth, reproduction, excretion, nutrition. Okay, that things are important to differentiate human being. Okay? Why? Because of that things are a differentiate living things and non-living things. In living things we have found moment, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, nutrition. Okay? Whether we are found in table, there is the growth in table, there is growth in rocks, there is the respiration in table, movement. We found a movement in table? No. Okay? That are the characteristics in human being. We easily found it. Next, which is the basic component of our body which participate in all of the above process? Oh, what type of a basic component in living being that was participating in our body, which is the mm, important and main component in human body, and that is the fundamental unit of life. What is that? That is the fundamental unit of life, and it is the basic and a functional unit of life, that is the cell. Okay? It is the cell is the basic and means cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Cell is the basic functional unit of life. Cell is the structural functional unit of life. This is the cell. This is the cell. It is the important, basic, functional, structural unit of life. Okay? What is the cell? What is the cell? It is defined as the structural and functional unit of life. It is defined as, what is that? Structural and functional unit of life. That three words are important. Structural and functional unit of life. That is the cell. Okay? The structure of cell looking like a brick wall or onion peel cell. Okay? Brick wall, onion peel cell, brick wall also. That was this is the fine structure. One bricks upon one. Okay? That is the whether we are building. Okay? There was after one layer, there is the protective layer we are applying by the concrete here, like these brick walls. Okay, this is the structure of the cell. Cell is called structural unit because body of all organism is made up of cell. Why it is structurally and functional unit? Why it is firstly structural unit? Because of all organisms body is made up of cell, and the all functions of our body that was carried out by the cell. That's why it is the functional unit. All function of our bodies, all function of our bodies that was carried out by the cell. In that the psychological, biochemical, genetical, and biochemical, all processes, those are important. Those are a characteristic of a human being, that all processes means life processes totally depended on the cell, totally depended on the cell structure, totally depended on the cell function. That's why it is the functional unit of our life. Okay, why it is called structural and functional unit? Because of the organisms, all organisms body is made up of cell, and the all function of that body, all organisms body, those are carry out the function by the cell. That's why it is the structural and functional unit of life. Firstly, who discovered the cells? Who know this is the cell? Who firstly identify the cell? Who firstly give the information to the peoples, to the society about the cell? This is the first one, Robert Hooke. Okay, and earlier microscopists first drawing of cell. Okay, first drawing of a cell in 1635 into 1703. He firstly draw the cell. This is the first drawing. Why Robert Hooke call it cell? Okay, named after a monastery cells. In 16th century, the Anton van Leeuwenhoek first discovered living cell as a seen through a simple microscope. Anton van Leeuwenhoek firstly seen, or a cell was observed under the microscope, simple microscope. Okay, this is the Leeuwenhoek's cell, investigated bacteria. Leeuwenhoek investigated bacteria. Okay, we have seen in chapter, that was the bacteria investigated by the Leeuwenhoek. Okay, this is the protista investigated by the Leeuwenhoek. This is the sperms cells. Okay, that was investigated by the Leeuwenhoek. Sperm cell. This is the blood cells. Okay, RBC, erythrocytes. Okay, that was discovered by the Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Nematoda, or a roundworm, that was observed by the Leeuwenhoek. Okay, next one, Robert Brown, 1827 33. Notice that the pollen grain in water, a jungle round called a Brownian motion, discovered the nucleus. This is the human chick cell. He found the nucleus. Okay, and nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. Okay, clear? Write down it. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in 1827 to 33. The next scientist is Johann Purkinje, coined the term the protoplast, which protoplast, which the peritoneum to the living material inside the cell. It is the protoplast. It is the living material inside the cell that was discovered by the Purkinje. And the most important theory about the cell, that is called cell theory. It was discovered by three scientists, and that one after the one. Okay, name of that scientist is the Matthias Keldon, Theodore Schwann, and Rodolph Vikrovich. Okay, Skeldon. All plants are made of cell. Skeldon theory. All plants are made up of cell. The Schwann or a Theodore discovered all animals are made up of cell. And Rodolph, all cell came from pre-existing cell. All cell came from pre-existing cell, and that is the cell theory. Okay, next one. The Okay, this is about the cell theory. The Matthias, the skeleton conducted that all plants are made up of cells. 1838. The Theodore Schwann conducted that all animals are made up of cell in 1839, and Vikrovich Rudolph conducted that all cell came from pre-existing cell 1855. The cell theory, all living things are made up of cell. What is cell theory? All living things are made up of cell. Cell are the basic unit of structure and function in an organism. What is that? Cell are a basic unit of structure and function in an organism. Next one is new cells are produced from exiting cell. Which that? New cells are produced from exiting cell. This is the cell theory. This is the cell theory. What is that? Say all living things are made up of cell. Cell is the basic structure and functional unit and in organism. All new cells are produced from exiting cells. That is the cell theory. Okay. Here it is the total about the cell theory. Next one. Cell, the basic structure and function unit of all living organisms. Okay. The cell also firstly numberized, means unicellular cell and multicellular cell. Uni, that word indicate, uni means one, cellular means cell. Okay, one cell. Unicellular organism means only one cell organisms. Okay, uni word indicating one. Okay, cellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are made up of a single cell. Okay, that is the amoeba, bacteria, the calmadomonas. Okay, multi. Okay, multi means, the word we know that multi means more than one. Okay, multicellular, cellulars means cell. Okay, are made up of a million of cells. That is plant, animal. We have seen in picture dog, plants. Okay, size, cell size. Cell are extremely small. We know that because of cell we have observed under the microscope. That's why it is extremely small. Therefore, They can be only observed under the microscope. Okay. Cell are measured in a micrometer or a micron. Yes, very. It is the measurement of cell. It is the unit of cell. Okay, micrometer, mm. Okay, or like this. Okay, micrometer. The cell size, smallest cell, smallest cell, that is the mycoplasma. Okay, whether you have asked any question for 1 mark, okay, MCQ question, which is the smallest cell, that is the mycoplasma, which is the longest cell, that is the nerve cell, and which is the largest cell, ostrich egg is the largest cells. Okay, that question may be asked for your final examination, MCQ competitive examinations. Okay, maximum times that was asked in different examinations, that is the mycoplasma is dash dash dash, it is the smallest cells. Okay, which is the longest cell, nerve cell, it is the longest cells, it is the largest cell, ostrich egg is the largest cell. Cell shape. Okay, the shape of the cell varies in a different organisms. Okay, it is vary, there is the no similar shape. Okay, everywhere the shape of a plant cell is different from that of an animal cell. Okay, they may be a spherical, oval, elliptical, the spindle shaped, okay, cuboidal, polygonal, columnar, flat, plate like. Okay, this is the total about the structure or the sorry shape of the uh, cell. Okay, you have seen in picture. Okay, what is that? There is the shape of a different cells here. Okay, elliptical, flat, polygonal, hexagonal, columnar shape, oval, spindle, dumbbell shaped. Okay, here are the different types of shapes. Cell are diverse. We know that. Why cell are diverse? The cell size and shape are different. We have seen here this one. This is the RBC cells. Okay. This is the columnar epithelial cell, smooth muscular cell, red one, oval cell, bone cell, sperm cell, nervous cells, that are different structures. The shape of a cell are quite varied, with some such as a neurons being a longer than they are wide, and others such are erythrocytes, means RBC, red blood cells, being a equidimensional cell shape, various depending both on a function and surface area requirement. Means as per the function of that cell, the structure of a cell was made up. Okay, epithelial cell also are different types. Meristematic cell in plant, that was also different structure, different shape, different size. Root, okay, uh, xylem also different size and shape. Phloem also different size and shape. Here in human body, the different cells we have observing front of you, in that RBC erythrocytes cells also rounded structure, epithelial cell, ovum cell, bone cell, muscle cell, sperm, and nerve cells also different in structure. Okay, this is the total about the cell diversity. Which are that three common features in all cells we are easily found, that are the firstly nucleus. The common features, first is the plasma membrane, that is the outermost covering of cell, means cell wall or plasma membrane. Next is nucleus, and other is cytoplasm. That are three common features in all cell. First is plasma membrane. This is the outermost layer. Second is, this is the nucleus, and the fluid inside the cell, that is the cytoplasm. Okay. Now, the plasma membranes we are studying in next chapter. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, तुम्हाला हे सर्व व्हिडिओ जर आवडत असतील, चांगले वाटत असतील, अतिशय सुटसुटीत यामध्ये रिप्रेझेंटेशन करण्यात आलेलं आहे, तरी ह्या व्हिडिओला लाईक करा, शेअर करा, कमेंट करा, सबस्क्राईब करा आणि बाजूच्या बेल आयकॉनला क्लिक करा. ओके, बाय, गुड डे.